Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of colour. So I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator, and that means that I understand how ingredients work, how formulations are made. So it means that I have more knowledge when it comes to looking at the back of packaging and letting you know whether something is good for skin of colour or whether we should avoid. So today's video is all about youth to the people. I've heard a lot about it. I think a lot of influencers talk about it. And so I want to know, is this brand really suitable for skin of colour, and which the best ones are, and maybe which ones you would probably want to sidestep. So let's dive right in. Okay, right, so starting off with their first bestseller, which is Superfood Cleanser. Okay, so I like the fact that it's got gentle surfactants in it. So it's got sodium cocoyl glutamate and it's got cocamidol propyl betaine. Now, cocoyl glutamate is actually derived from coconut oil, and cocamidol propyl betaine it gives you a lathering effect, a very luxurious lathering effect, but it's also gentle on the skin. So I love those two ingredients. Now, how does a surfactant work? I think people sometimes don't know this. So basically you have a water-loving head and an oil-loving tail. And what this allows to happen is to degrease the oil that's on the skin and emulsify it, and then allow it to be encapsulated and washed away. That's how a surfactant works. The other positives of this product is that they have soothers in them, and I love soothers. So soothers are things like aloe vera, D-panthenol. It's also got green tea extract. So these are all great for skin of color. And I also love the fact that they've managed to do the whole antioxidant combination. Remember, combinations of antioxidants are much better than mono antioxidants because it stabilizes them. It stops it from being oxidized in the jar before you actually put it on the skin. So here they've got ascorbic acid and tocopherol acetate. So they've done that. They've also got a very interesting ingredient. So they've put in Brassica oleracea, and this is actually broccoli extract. And this is quite interesting because it has a lot of benefits. It actually contains vitamin B1, 2, 3, 6, and also contains magnesium and also iron. So these are all very good for the skin. It's almost food for your skin. So I appreciate that they put that in. But then they went and added something that confused me, and that was natural essence. So natural essence often means essential oils. Yeah, so I'm a little bit confused, and I did actually DM them because they did message me on Instagram to say that they wanted to watch this review. So I did ask them, I said, is there a reason? First of all, what is your natural fragrance? And is there a reason for putting it in? So I'm still waiting for a response. And if I get that response, I will let you know what it is on Instagram. So please do follow me on Instagram. So that's at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. It goes to all my before and afters, but also any products that I review that I love, I'll go and purchase myself, and I will actually show you on my stories how it's working on my skin. So with this particular product, I actually really like this product except for this one ingredient. And the problem with this ingredient is it can sensitize the skin. It can lead to cumulative damage over a long period of time. The good side is, the positive is that this is a wash off, so it's not going to be as bad as if you'd left it on all night. And so maybe they can get away with it in this particular product. I would just say if you have sensitive skin or acne prone skin, which is basically inflamed skin, or any form of dermatitis, I would avoid anything that says fragrance in it, full stop. Although I love everything else in this product, it's a bit of a shame at the last hurdle. Okay, so moving on to our next product, which is called Superfood Air Whip Moisturizer. So actually it has a long list of fantastic emollients. Don't forget, emollients basically smooth out the skin. So the second ingredient here is sunflower seed oil. Third ingredient is glycerol stearate. Fourth ingredient is cetyl alcohol, which is a good alcohol. I'm going to do a whole video. Do you want me to do a whole video on alcohol? Which are the ones that you want and which ones are the ones to avoid? If so, can you write down alcohol, yes please, or something down below, so I know that you definitely want that video. It's got lecithin and it's also got glycerin. Blah, blah, blah. Do your words come out like all funny sometimes? So glycerin, it has glycerin. Glycerin is good for our skin. So I love those 6 ingredients. Excellent. First top 6. Then it's also got antioxidants, and again they did the right thing. They combined the oxidants, so they put in tocopherol and ascorbic, and then they also went again and added their broccoli extract, and this time they also added Spinacia oleracea, which is vitamin A, C, E, and so it's basically antioxidants but also anti-inflammatories. So what you will notice is when a company, they always have like a DNA, you know, I can almost look at ingredients list now. I've done so many that I can tell you the company that has created that product, because they tend to have either systematically they're correct or systematically they make an error. You never, when you create a brand, you go in thinking, I want to put in the best ingredients into this product. Otherwise, why would you do it, right? If you really have a lot of love and you're trying to create something great here, you put in the best ingredients into everything. But then also, if you make a mistake, like putting in fragrance, you'll put it in everything. And so you systematically make an error. So if I'm doing a review video and I've told you there are 5 products that I don't like in a brand, it's likely that the other 90 products that they may or may not create have the same issues as those 5, unless they're saying that they're learning from their mistakes. So again, with this one, they added natural fragrance. And although I love the rest of the product, that ingredient would stop me from wearing it, especially if it's something you're wearing all day or all night. You wouldn't wear a fragrance during the day anyway because it's UV unstable. So it's a bit of a shame, to be honest. Otherwise, I actually really like the rest of the product, and I actually really love the brand. I mean, if you've been on their website, I love the first thing you see on their website is a bit anti-racism. What they're doing about it is a vegan, sustainable brand. You know, I love the ethos of the brand, and I would absolutely love to help, especially sustainability in beauty. I think this is going to be the next wave. I think people are cottoning on to realizing when a brand is, you know, intelligent and educated and aware, because actually it comes out in their packaging. If they're using wrong packaging, then they're probably not up to date on their ingredients either. So I do feel like packaging has a reflection on the education levels actually of the person who's created that company. And so I love that about this brand, and I actually have a feeling that they will probably go and make a whole line of fragrance free. And if you do, and you, the people you're watching, I will 100% make you another video on it, because actually I love everything else in your ingredients list. Okay, so the next product we're talking about is a Superberry Hydrate Glow Dream Mask. So the positives are, again, they're very good at their emollients. And so here they've got glycerin, sunflower seed oil, they've got cetyl alcohol, betaine. And when you're a manufacturer, so because I'm a manufacturer myself, I know what's going on behind the scenes. When you purchase ingredients, you tend to have to buy them in 25 kg drums. And so, for example, say you bought glycerin and you've got 25 kg of it, you're going to put it in everything, because 25 kg is actually a lot, and it has to be used usually within 2 years, because there's an expiry date on these ingredients. And that's another reason why you will see the same ingredients list in, you know, majority of the products made in one brand. And that's why sunflower seed oil, for example, will be in all their products, because they probably had to go and buy a 25 kg drum of it. So that's actually what's going on behind the scenes. But again, they've also got my favorite antioxidant, which is tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. That's amazing, because it's a fat soluble vitamin C and it's stable. So I use this in my products because it's one of the only vitamin C's that can actually penetrate into the dermis and improve the collagen of the skin. So for that reason, you know, whenever you see that ingredient, you know it's the company, they're quite educated if they're using such a high-tech vitamin C. Okay, again, they've got anti-inflammatory, so they've got their D-panthenol and they've got their allantoin. They've also got some quite interesting ingredients. So in this, they put in a Puntia tuna, which is a type of cactus. It's actually called prickly pear. And again, it's full of antioxidants and fatty acids. So it's quite hydrating to the skin. They also use lycium here, actually, which is an extract from goji berry, which again is full of antioxidants and it's an emollient, so it's softening to the skin. They also use maqui in this, which is a Chilean wine berry, which is quite interesting. It's got phenols, it's got flavonols, And it helps to, it's an antioxidant, it actually helps to mop up free radicals. So do you remember, free radicals are the criminals of our skin and they need to be handcuffed. They have no place in our skin because they damage the collagen, it leads to fine lines, aging, etc, etc. So yeah, anything that's mopping up free radicals is your best friend when it comes to skincare. The only two downsides I'd say with this particular product is got isopropyl myristate, which is 5 out of 10 on the comedogenic scale. So if you have acne, I'd probably avoid this product. And again, they went and added fragrance. Why? Oh lordy. So again, I probably... Oh, it's annoying. I really love this product if it wasn't for this one key ingredient. So I really hope, I think in the next 12 months, everyone's going to come out with a fragrance-free line, in which case I would say go and purchase this the fragrance-free version of this product. But if you have any form of dermatitis, dry skin, inflammation, irritation of the skin, I would probably avoid. And I mean, I'm sure you do know, if you've watched enough of my videos, you will know there are many negatives to fragrance. It's a co-sensitizer. So often you become sensitized to other things in that product that you weren't sensitive to before. And often you'll wear a product with fragrance in it. And then say, for example, like I'm wearing makeup now on top of, say I had a cream that had fragrance in it, I could become co-sensitized to the other ingredients in my makeup even. And it can happen years later. You can have a delayed reaction. So you could be wearing the same thing for 5 years and then suddenly your skin is reacting and you're thinking, it can't be that cream. I've been wearing it my whole life. But it is. So fragrance, unfortunately, is something that we really all need to educate ourselves on. I will make you a whole video dedicated to fragrance because unfortunately, a lot of the times it doesn't just say fragrance or perfume. It will have like another word and you know, I'll basically make a video for you so you know what words to look out for. Okay, so moving on to the next product, which is Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream. And I'm just going to tell you straight away, I love this cream. I haven't purchased it myself, but looking at the ingredients list, I'm going to purchase this cream. I will do a review, blah, 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 blah. I will do a review for you on my Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. First of all, let me go through the ingredients so you know what you're looking at. The positives are the emollients. So it's got sunflower oil, ethyl hexyl palmitate, glycerol stearate, squalene, parky butter, and jojoba oil. It's also got antioxidants in it too. So it's got Arctic root in it. Okay, it's high in antioxidants and flavonoids, which means it helps with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's also got mushroom extract in it, also known as reishi mushroom, which helps to slow down the rate of tyrosinase, which helps to improve pigmentation. You're not going to get massive reduction in hyperpigmentation from this one ingredient with Skin of Color, because with us, we actually need about 30% actives of tyrosinase inhibitors in order to see a reduction in our hyperpigmentation. So if you watch my work on the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, I mean, I've done about 30,000 cases of pigmentation for Skin of Color with a 95% success rate. And the reason why we have such a high success rate is because the percentage of tyrosinase inhibitors need to be so much higher than what's available in anything on the market, that's why basically we're the only clinic in the world who specialized in pigmentation for Skin of Color. Right, that was a big mouthful. Okay, right. Also talking about reishi mushrooms, also got vitamin D2, copper, selenium. It's also got amino acids, which is why it's a skin restorer and a skin soother. So it's a great ingredient for Skin of Color. I'm very happy for you to use it. It's also got other soothers again, allantoin. It's got panthenol. These are my favorite for anti-inflammatory and Skin of Color. So in essence, it has no fragrance, so let's buy. So I'm going to purchase this product and I will do a review for you on my own face on my Instagram. Okay, so moving on to the next one, which is Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Oil. So again, the positives are great. It has a long list of emollients, which I love. It's got sunflower seed oil, jojoba oil, rosa canine oil, it's got flaxseed oil, so a huge long list. But then it's also got a ton of fragrance, a ton. There are eight fragrances. I mean, it's got natural fragrance, citral, citronelle, it's got hexyl cinnamol, it's got limonene, it's got linalool. They just went to town on fragrance. So with this, I would definitely, unfortunately, avoid, because it sounds really exciting, doesn't it? Super Berry hydrate. It does sound like it's gonna be really good for your skin, but unfortunately, fragrance is just not our friend. And I really don't know actually why skincare companies put it in their products. It doesn't make sense. It's the number one cause of contact dermatitis. The number one cause is fragrance. So why would you spend your hard-earned money on a product that can worsen your skin? I do think they're going to catch up. I do think the whole skincare community is going to catch up. But when we make enough of these videos, these YouTube videos, the heads will contact me and ask me for feedback of the big companies, and I will tell them, trust me, you need to make a skincare line which is fragrance free. Bare minimum. I mean, that's not even for skin of color. We need so much more than that. That's just sort of like the bare minimum. So I do think it will change, but right now we're still in that in-between phase. Okay, so moving on to the next product, which is Yerba Mate Resurfacing Energy Facial. Okay, so there are a lot of positives with this product. So starting off with niacinamide, which you know that I love. Please make sure you go and watch my niacinamide video. It's the one ingredient that we all need to have in our skincare, no matter what your skincare issue is, because it controls sebum levels, it reduces your pore size, it helps to control pigmentation, it helps with any erythema or redness of the skin, texture of the skin. I mean, it's just one of those magical ingredients that majority of people are fine with. So I would definitely include niacinamide in your skincare routine if you haven't already. It's also got bamboo extract, which is a natural antioxidant, which I love. It's also an anti-inflammatory. And it's also got loads of emollients. So I think that's really the key thing with youth people, is they love their emollients, which so do I. So they've got cetyl alcohol, they've got glycerol stearate, and they've got glycerin. The negatives, however, they include a diatomaceous earth, which is an abrasive. It's 83% silica material. It's the silicones, it's the skeletons, silicones? It's the skeletons of diatoms. So there's a tiny little sea creatures. So it's basically the scrub properties that you're purchasing. It's the abrasiveness. So imagine that's quite a harsh physical exfoliant. They added lactic acid, which is okay because it's maximum at about 5%, and that's the max that I would ever say lactic acid is okay for skin of color. They also added bromelain, which is from pineapple, and it contains proteinase. So it's a skin soother and an antioxidant, but it's also an enzyme peeler. So it can be quite irritating. Plus papain. Papain is actually very irritating compared to even bromelain. So papain's an enzyme from papaya, and as it's an enzyme, it's very dependent on pH and temperature, and it's actually very tricky to create an enzyme peel in skincare because of so many variables. So in this particular product, they've actually got a physical exfoliant, a chemical exfoliant, and an enzyme exfoliant. Triple. They've gone for the trifecta. And I think that's fine for Caucasian skin, but with skin of color, I feel like this is going to be quite harsh on a lot of skins, and for skin of color. And the thing I want you to avoid are micro tears. When you do something that's too harsh for your skin and you get inflammation, it can lead to more pigmentation, but also micro tears can lead to pigmentation. So with us, we have giant melanocytes, the cells that produce the pigment melanin. Those cells are easily triggered. One bite, one burn, one scratch, we pigment. Whereas Caucasian skin, they can literally burn the top layer of skin and they will be fine. They will have beautiful skin at the end of it. Us, we need to be so educated with our skin because we can't afford to make any mistakes. So in my opinion, I probably would sidestep this particular product. Yeah, I think it's fine for Caucasian skin, but maybe not great for skin of color. Please do download your free guide for skin of color. The link is down below. Please do subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video, and I release 5 a week. I physically don't think I could do more than 5 a week, but 5 a week means that I will be there, I can respond, but then if you ask me a question, you know, on a week ago, I probably won't be able to. I do have children and they also need a little bit of attention from mummy, so I try and divide my time up as much as I can. So please, in that 1 hour, make sure you are there so I can answer your questions live, and then we'll move on to the next video the next day. Please write down below any videos you want me to make. You know I'm gonna make everything you want me to make, so just write them all down below for me. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.